Hi friends, Mindy here. I have an unboxing for you today. This is from Your Creative Studio. This is technically the December box, which I am getting in January, which is actually the February box because they had some shipping issues. So all that to say, they sent this box instead. I don't know how they could have February product before December product, but whatever. We finally got our boxes. So this is a butterfly theme. You can see I'm gonna just set this off to the side. I am sort of having, I don't know, some mixed feelings about this box. Obviously, this is a subscription I have paid for myself, and this is only the second box that I've gotten, and there's like some things that I really like about it, and then some things that I'm not so crazy about. And then, you know, with these additional shipping issues, it's just a weird time. But anyway, this first thing is, honestly, I have no idea what this is supposed to be, a bookmark or something. It doesn't really make any sense because if you put it over your page, it's going to be upside down, and it's not magnetic. It's not, I really don't know what that is supposed to be. I'm assuming a bookmark, but I don't really know. And then let's get into these vintage labels. This is actually one of the things I really like about this box is some of these items that you can get that are really good for journal making or like clusters. You can see there's quite a lot of them. There are a bunch of different shapes. Some of the shapes are nice, and some of them are a little bit weird, like these triangles. But, you know, again, you could use them for layering or whatever. This one has a really pretty script in the background. And so a couple of them are, you know, really good. Some of them, like I said, the shapes are just a little bit strange to me, but you get several different items in each of the different styles and colors. So there's quite a variety in this little box, which is nice. And then the next thing I'm going to pull out here is this little box of, these are stickers, and you can see they're like a glossy finish, and they have a white background, so they're not going to be transparent. There's actually in this little tiny box, there's quite a few of them stuck in here, and I'll just flip through some of them so you can kind of see the different colors and everything. Again, you have the white background on there, so if you pull the backing off, some of the backings are a little bit difficult on their stickers to get off. But, you know, you just kind of have to fiddle with it. But again, you can see it's white. So in terms of like using this on a page, it's kind of harder to collage, especially because they're also glossy. So I'll just kind of spread these out so you can kind of see. Again, you get several of the various designs, and I really like the colors and everything that are in this box. Overall, I really like the butterfly theme, and I really love these. These are clear, almost like acetate. They're not really acetate, but they kind of look that way. But I just love the purples and blues. It's kind of an interesting thing about this box. Like, these butterflies are purples and blues, and the other butterflies are more like oranges and yellows. I don't know, but anyway, so you have a variety of sizes here, and again, you get multiples of each of the styles. So you have some really big ones, and then you also have some tiny ones. And again, like, this particular set is probably my favorite thing out of this box, just because these, they're so beautiful. But they look, when you first pull them out, you think that they're just acetate pieces, but they're actually stickers, which is nice, except that the backing is really hard to get off. You can see I'm kind of fiddling with it here. It takes me a minute, and then you have run the risk of actually kind of messing up the sticker, trying to get the back off, because the backing is actually thicker than the sticker, if that makes sense. So the acetate piece is really actually the backing. But if you wanted to kind of use it, you could just not pull the backing off, because it's not coming off unless you want it to. So it would be fine to kind of use it as an acetate piece like that. So again, this one is one of my favorites. Just the design of it, really, really pretty. I'll just kind of shove those off to the side. But again, you have the purples and blues in the clear, and then on the other ones you have kind of orange and yellow and brown. It's just interesting. So then you have these sticky notes, which are nice. They're shaped like a butterfly, or maybe even a moth, but you can kind of see it's about the top, I don't know, quarter of the sticky note, where the adhesive is on the back. The only thing about this is, I would say, if you intend to use it as like an actual sticky note, it's probably not very feasible, just because of the design is so dark on it that you wouldn't really be able to write over it unless you were like maybe have a white pen or something. I kind of am looking at these and planning to use them more as like a collage element or something, just adding some glue to them, but you could, they're marketed as a sticky note. So this next item is, it says that it is paper ephemera is what they're calling them. And these are really interesting because they are super thick. The paper on this, I mean, it is super thick. So it's almost, depending on the page that you were trying to do in a journal, like you can see me here kind of flicking them. At first I thought maybe they were stickers also, but I couldn't seem to get a backing off of them. So I'm guessing they're just really legitimately just ephemera. Some of these have space, but you could use like a journal, like journaling space if you were creating a journal. This one is a little weird because the butterfly is cut off weird in my opinion, but some of these are, really beautiful. They're like really thick, heavy cardstock. They're not going anywhere, which is nice. It's just, in compared to the other things in here, they're really thick. But like this one has the really nice journaling area. This would be a really good journal spot if you like to do art journaling, or if you create journals, or just give you some extra space to journal. So I just said journal a lot, and I apologize. Anyway, this next thing I actually really like as well, and this is a stack of kind of collage papers, and it's really interesting because, again, those paper ephemeras were really, really thick, and these are really, really thin. I love the vintage aspect of these. I love that there's quite a lot there. The design is obviously only on the front, but these would make really great collage, art journal, junk journal kind of things. The writing is really cool. And there's like charts and graphs and stuff. So just make a, really neat texture in kind of an art journal, or on a page, or, if you make journals. But there's a lot of variety in here, and there's quite a lot in this little stack. So I actually really like this aspect of it too. And that's kind of the issue that I'm having with these boxes, is that there's some things in it that I really, really love, and then some other things that I'm just like questionable about. And I could continue to buy the boxes based on the things that I love, but I'm just having such issues with some of the customer service aspects of these boxes. So before I get into that, let me just pull out this next item. These are stamps, and I really love this, and I love the backer that came in this packaging. You could totally use this as a tuck spot, or you could put some paper on the back of it and use it as a journaling card. There's that, because it's just beautiful. So I'll just kind of go through here with some of the stamps. And again, you get several of each design. And so I'm not going to go through all of them because there's quite a lot here actually. But I really love the postage stamp look to these. But one of the things that I'm struggling with this box is just, I understand with like shipping issues, during this time that we're living in, things are, people are just having trouble getting their supplies and everything. And I understand that as a whole. I just don't feel like there was a lot of good communication about the issues. And anyway, they did eventually reach out to everybody, I think, with an email, but I personally had to send several emails to get some kind of response that, something was coming. And it was just, anyway, again, this was the December box. So it's now, the middle of January. So that should just tell you a little bit. And then this next set is also called paper ephemera, but they're just, it's thinner paper, and the designs are a little bit different. So that other ephemera is just like really, really thick paper. And this is like thinner paper that, again, you could collage or add in, or you could even, make it a little bit sturdier if you wanted to back it with something and use it as journaling spots. The next thing is there's one sheet of clear, well, they're transparent. They're almost like they almost kind of feel like a vellum sticker. They're real thin, but they're beautiful. And then also there is some paper, some handmade paper that I'm assuming is like a mulberry paper. And it's kind of got some botanical elements running through it. It's really pretty. This makes really great layering if you are into like junk journaling or whatever. One of the things with mulberry paper, because it's a really fibrous paper, of course you can cut it. It doesn't necessarily always tear as easily, but one thing that you can do is take like a water brush like this, or just a paintbrush with some water on it. And I'll just show you kind of here. This is one of my favorite ways to tear or work with mulberry paper. Just got to get my water brush activated here. I'm just going to wet a little bit of this area. If you just kind of wet it, and then it'll tear super easy, and then you get that kind of frayed organic edge to it. So I don't know if you've used mulberry paper or not before, but that's one of my favorite ways to get that really nice edge on mulberry paper. So the last thing I'm going to pull out is the stamps, and this one came with 2 stamp sets, and my stamps are identical. Both packages are the same. They have exactly the same stamps in them. And the last box that I got, I had an issue with the stamps as well. I don't know if you watched my other video, but in my last subscription box, it was like the deer themed one, and I had a stamp set from the previous month. And so I had one stamp set that didn't actually match anything else in the kit, and then now I have these stamps which are identical. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be continuing to get these boxes or not. And anyway, if you liked this video, I would appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, bye-bye.